Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joey. Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys my meta slam build for the Magistar Incarnon. Now, this is the probably top two strongest slam weapons in the game, depending on how you look at it. If you're looking for raw damage, it's this. If you're looking for dot damage, it's probably the Dark Dagger. But, definitely fits in the top of the class. Also has the largest slam radius in the entire game because of an Incarnon perk. So as we go over the build first, we're going to go straight into the Incarnons. So the Incarnons that we go for here, we're going to go for base critical damage increase. It doesn't matter about whether you take the attack speed or you take the follow through because neither are going to have any effect. So just take the base damage regardless. Then we go for 100% slam radius. This is going to double our slam radius all the way up to 20, which it would be. But with the new changes to slams, it's actually calculated off of height. So this is just like the general slam attack. So you could get this to upwards of, through my testing, up to 30 meters of range of slam on this weapon as long as you're jumping a moderate amount of height. So really, really good to go for this. And then we also have 16% base critical chance. They give us 36% base CC. And then we have a 1x CD multiplier increase at base. That's actually taking us up to 3x, but you can't see it because of the purple shards that I have on the build. I am running 4 purple shards on my Varuna build. Usually if you're running a melee focus setup, you want to have purple shards like this. I run 1 blue so I can hit 502 with flow and double the power of these. And then as far as the Varuna build goes, you don't have to worry about it. It's just like your Nero mods are on here and Fury's on here. And I have Ready Steel. Now, the Magistar. This is how I build my Slam Magistar. You can go for whichever stance mod you want here. It's totally fine. I like having Dispatch Overdrive on here for the movement speed on heavy attack because we are slamming all the time. Organ Shatter for critical damage. Blood Rush for critical chance stacking. We're going to get up to 9x with this build. So this is going to give us a ton of value. Primed Fever Strike, 165% flat toxin. This is also going to scale with the exposure or damage that we're getting from this, so it's going to be very, very nice. Prime Pressure Point for flat melee damage. Galvanized Steel for CC plus CD. You could go for Sack Steel here if you so choose to, but for me, I'll probably be using Wrathful with this, so I'm just going to go for the extra CD we're getting out of this. Seismic Wave for 200% slam attack damage. We have Galvanized Reflex on here so we can get the free combo, and then we have Corrupt Charge. If you guys have a Riven, flex it on here. Either here or like Blood Rush if it's CC. Just flex it around one of these two. Totally up to you guys. It depends on what you have on your Ribbon, but this is just here. If you don't have Ready Steel, you can still get 6x without needing to light attack. And then if you have Ready Steel, you don't actually need this at all. So it's really up to you. Or you can just drop Blood Rush if you have like a Ribbon with CC on it, something like that. So now we're going to talk about the slam attack. So the thing about slam attacks now is you actually get a wider radius the higher you jump. So you can see if I'm on the ground now, like we used to play the game, you can see that people were just slamming this way, and you can see the pink radius. You can see that's the slam radius where it's exploding outwards to. So you can see we're only getting about this much range, whereas before we were getting like the full 10 meters. So you can see we're only getting about like, what is that, 7 meters? Like maybe 6 or 7 meters of slam radius just jumping. But if you were to do something like jump up really high and then come down, you can kind of just see how large the radius is. So for instance, if I was to mark the second enemy, you guys can see I'm pretty much 30 meters away from that enemy. I drop down. And I just barely missed him somehow. But you can see the amount of range you can get out of this is very, very high. You see, you get him 30 meters. That wasn't a full length slam. You can see that time it hits him, knocks him down 30 meters away. So you can get really big radiuses by just like jumping like this. You see all of them you hit. So the slam is, honestly, in my opinion, it's like for the people out there who only would slam this way with like Wukong and things like that, just like roll slam like this. That playstyle is pretty much dead. The only thing is that this new slam meta really hurts is like frames like Nyx when they're in their 4th ability, they can't like double jump and get enough height, but you can still use something like Wrathful and go like this. Don't mind that, my operator's on my mouse scroll. Like you could just use Wrathful and go up too, so like it's realistically for the overall sense of the game, to me, I think it's better. I think slams are a lot better like this. I think if you're gonna go like for quick slams on like a small target like this, Magistar, it's always going to be big, but if you're going for like, small low ground slams, it's still going to do a ton of damage, but you're only going to hit a small area. It makes sense that if you jump very high up and you come down with a ton of force, that you will get this big shockwave. So the way they changed it, I like it. I think it's better for slams. I think it's better for Warframe as a meta. And overall, this is definitely a slam weapon that if you guys don't have and you're like looking to try slam weapons to walk through the entirety of the game, try the Magistar. You can build this thing ribbonless. You can see the kind of damage I was doing. I could even show you guys like what it looks like fully buffed. Like if I was to go into stealth, I pop this on here. I got to kill an enemy. See, now I have my critical buff from my 1. See, melee, increased melee critical damage, status chance with additional status chance force procs. So now I can, prime him up. I can go back into here. I can jump. I'm not even in Incarnon form. Oh, now I am. You can see, like, it does, like, over 100 million damage. So you're not, like... It's going to do a ton. Like, don't forget, these are unprimed enemies. So these guys... Here, hold on. These guys are not supposed to take that much damage, and then you see 197 million just raw damage. That was without Wrathful 2, so really, really powerful. I would highly recommend this weapon, especially to newer players, because it's just so powerful and so easy to build and use, and it'll carry you through so much of Warframe. So let me know what you guys thought of this video today. Please leave a like, please comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.